Yay! What is up, Team Happy and Fit? Happy 2019. How many of us are going to be writing on paper 2018, scribbling it out, and then writing 19, a 9 over the 8? That's going to take us a few weeks to get used to. I feel like I blinked in 2018 and it's over. I just think that time speeds up with age, and I'm so grateful that I'm about to be going in May into my 5th year of coaching and like hitting the 5-year mark. So I'll actually be going into 6 years in this, and that to me baffles my mind because I feel like it was just yesterday that I started, but then also it's not. It's just like a weird thing. But I have to tell you, I'm doing the same things I'm doing as when I started to now. I might just be spending more time in certain areas, but really this business is super simple. So if you're on this call and you're like, you know what? I've seen a lot of crazy things happen in Happy and Fit over the last few weeks. I've seen a lot of people doing this and that. I've seen some income progression. I've been seeing this. This is something I really want to take seriously. This is the place to be. If I'm going to be completely honest, something that I've done almost every week for the last 5 years is connect with a team call. And it's not just Happy and Fit. I tune in and get mentored myself. Other coaches on here, they tune in and get mentored somewhere else as well. And so that has been the bread and butter to my energy, the bread and butter to how I overcome obstacles. Did you guys see the post that I made about how we gave ourselves a $28,000 raise this year? Who does that? You don't. That's almost my teaching salary. And that's straight up. Like, that was real. And I thought about it and I was like, you don't see me complaining. You see me showing up. I just do it. It's not that I spend 10 hours a day doing this every day of my life. You guys, I started this as a full-time teacher. I only had an hour to give. And so it's progressed into something more. And so some days look different than others, but it's kind of like someone said, well, Oprah, yeah, you're a bazillionaire. And she's like, do you want to talk about how I became a bazillionaire? The work ethic, the discipline, the consistent, almost boring behaviors that it takes to get there. And so, you know, as I reflect going in and completing 5 years of this, it's really just been wash, rinse, repeat. I hop on calls because it protects my energy. I hop on calls because I get fresh ideas. I hop on calls because it keeps my energy going when, I don't know, I face so much rejection. I get so much ghosting. I have so many people quit. I just had someone want to join me and then they totally just joined someone else. Anyone? But you don't see me getting upset about it. I just keep doing my thing. I just keep doing my thing. And so that is why these calls are important, is because, oh, I'm not alone. That happens to her too. That happens to him too. Got it. Like, that feels good, right? I'm curious, what books are you guys starting in 2019? I am going back to the beginning. I read Failing Forward, the Perfection Detox, right? That's what it's called. I got that too. I'm going to read that after Failing Forward. Why Not Me by Ken Mindy. Loving My Actual Life. This is a book that I read when I first became a coach, Failing Forward. And something that spoke to me already, and I already had it underlined, was this. It was so freaking good. I have dedicated my life to adding value to people. And I was thinking about my mantras and you know, how I want to live this year. And as a mentor and as a leader for you, my number one goal is to help you overcome self-justification. I'm too busy. Life is too crazy. I don't need the finances. I'm not in this for this or that. I'm just really wanting to help you get through that and break through of unlimited potential and not being afraid of that. Like, there's just something so heavy on my heart of like the self-justification, because it's scary to dream big. It's scary to go for it. It's scary to be successful. Like, I think that some people struggle with that. Another thing that's been heavy on my heart is I want to help coaches overcome these self-limiting beliefs that get in our way. I want to help coaches that when you feel defeated, that you see it as a breakthrough instead of backing away. I don't want you to be a stick shift coach. So as you see my leadership this year, I'm constantly working on it. I promise you that I want to be really intentional with getting and digging into your mindset of like, you know what? No. You know, I didn't hit my goal when I said I wanted to, and I might be afraid I won't hit it again. You're going to hear from Lauren and Kim, and you can totally talk. Like, it was kind of, I felt like I was hitting the goal with them. I told that to both of them. I was like, I feel like I'm in this with you, because it was this. It was like, we're not going to hit it. And then 2 minutes later, we're going to hit it. And then we're not, this happens. Like, why? Like, it's like this. And I'm like, you're right on track. Yep. This is what it looks like. You've got to push till the very end, because that is what that feels like. And then you make it happen and you're like, dang, like that's what it took. It took me leaning, I'm getting chills thinking about it. It took me, when I was flat on my face, when I got off track, when I was inconsistent, to lean in and push in and show up. And so I dedicated my life to adding value to people. What if we went into 2019, instead of being like, I'm afraid of rejection, I don't know if I want to go for it, that seems like a lot of time, or this or that. What happens? I made a post that said this, you know what's better? It's sweet. 3-time elite, like that's hard. You guys, I'm not going to like surface level that-ish. Like that's like insane. There's not many people who have done that. But I have to tell you this. Seeing Kim and Team Rise and Fit go 2-time elite and Lauren and her team hit premier, I have never felt more successful as a coach. Seeing them and their teams do that, I was like, okay, it's sweet to hit elite myself. It is way sweeter to see them do that. And it's the same thing with Emerald. It was awesome hitting Emerald, but when Lauren hit Emerald, it was even better. When I hit Diamond, and then I think Lauren was my first Diamond right after that, where it's like seeing her go Diamond was way better than me hitting Diamond. My first $100 paycheck, so many of you have messaged me your paychecks, so much better. And so what if it wasn't about, I don't like going for that? What if it's like, man, if I go for that, that means 3 other people will, and that's so much sweeter. And that's kind of how I see this. I want to dedicate my leadership and how I show up and how I lead, how I do my social media, instead of playing into this fear of rejection, ghosting, I got off track, these people are going faster than me, I'm putting freaking blinders on, and realizing, first of all, if she hits it before me, doesn't mean there's no room left. Can we start thinking like that instead of like, there actually is plenty of room. She just hit it faster. How about you go reach out to her and ask her how she did it, and then cheer her on, bring her into your circle, and she's going to do that, right? Can we think like that? And so when they do that, if I level up that way, it's going to feel so much sweeter when I have other people leveling up. But in order to level up, I must do it first. Because you know what? Yeah, it's really easy to say, I don't really like this. But if you're making $100 a week, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. But what's sweeter about it is helping other people do that. When I see so many of you replace your income, it feels way better when you do it than me. I'm just naturally competitive with myself. I'm naturally leveling up. I'm naturally just like going for it. I like goal setting. I like working hard. Like, I'm just going to be real with you. But when I see other people work hard, like when Lauren and Kim share what it felt like to hit their goals, they pushed so hard. And I was like, that's my tribe. Those are the ladies I want to surround myself with, because I do the same thing. I'm the same way. I want to see people achieve. I want to see each person I meet become a real success. What if that's how it looked at 2019? I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to be successful. If you're here, you're showing up, you're doing this thing, I have no doubt in my freaking mind. But what if your mission was like, you know what? Yeah, I need to go Emerald, but my big goal is to help 2 other people go Emerald. In order for people to do that kind of thing, you have to be willing to do it first. The greatest skill needed for success is the ability to get along with other people. If your dreams are great, you achieve them only with a team. Isn't that so cool? That's what we do. In order to be successful at this, it's a team. And there's nothing selfish about that. There's nothing wrong about that. Because the coolest part about this, the only way this works is that if we work on ourselves. We have to work on ourselves in order for other people to work on themselves. It's all about modeling. People's attitudes determine how they approach life day to day. Your attitude, more than your aptitude, will determine your altitude. People's attitudes determine how they approach life day to day. So that's how I want to start 2019, is adding so much value to other people. Is, you know what? Sweet. Yeah, my goal is diamond, but actually I also have a goal to help 3 people go emerald, because that's going to feel good. Just like going 3-time elite. Okay, cool. Ooh, it is way sweeter seeing Kim and her team and Lauren and her team hit those goals. So before we dive into a little bit more, Kim and Lauren are here. Kim is a 2-time elite freaking team. I swear to you, we had a 6-hour drive yesterday. I didn't put my phone down. It was just like back and forth, like, let's do this thing. It's going to happen. It was a roller coaster. Eric's like, go Kim. Like, he knows exactly how this feels. I don't think she left her office all day yesterday. And then Lauren, oh my gosh, like, you just had the guts to go for it, and you just made a decision. And that's really what it takes. So we're going to go with Lauren first. Lauren is the first-time Premier coach. Some of you may not know what that means. There's a thing called Google. I didn't know what elite freaking meant in 2015 of December. And then January 1st was like, I'm gonna go elite. I didn't know what the heck that it was, but I just did a whole lot of research on it. And then sometimes we become ask holes. That's what Trina would say. And I would ask too many questions, but instead I just got to work. And getting to work and dreaming big and never quitting takes you to really great places. So Lauren, how did it feel to go for Premier? And just tell us about that journey and why you decided to go for it. And I'm just going to let you talk.
Hey, so one, let me know if I start to cut out, because my connection is so bad here. But it feels, I don't know, it still feels so surreal to have hit that, because I don't know if you guys know this, like, I have been a coach for 4 years, and my goal this year was elite. And about October, we were like, I just decided to adjust. And at the time, it was like, I kept saying elite, elite, elite. And then when we got to October, I was like, holy crap. Like, I think that I had told myself like Premier wasn't as great. And then as I got like into it, I was like, oh my gosh, that was still so freaking hard. Like, to hear that people can hit elite multiple times, you know, like I think of Trina, who's hit it 7 years in a row. Like, that's just massive leadership. I don't know. It's so funny, because when I look back on this year, like, this has been on my dream board for years. And at the beginning of the year, I started out with like so much action. Like, when I think of the year, I invited more than anything else. Like, I just took massive action in inviting. Julianne was saying that she gets ghosted. Like, I don't even know how many people ghost me, because I follow up with people, but I don't have a running number of how many people ghosted me. Like, that's not what I keep track of. I send out a ton of messages, and I get excited when I have 5 people interested and send me their email. So one, change your mindset and like focus on the good, focus on the people who are wanting to work with you. And then at the beginning of this year, like, I just like pedal to the metal. And I was hitting really big Success Club numbers. And I've kind of gone up and down with that this whole year. But I have to say, this month, I had a goal to hit Success Club 40, because I thought that was going to be the thing, like, to get us there. And I ended the month at Success Club 10. But I had 4 coaches hit Success Club who counted towards Premier. And that felt so much better. And it's so hard. Like, I know I've said it before. You guys have probably said this before. I just want a coach that runs with me. But I've learned this year, like, modeling is so much more meaningful than turning around and waiting for people to come with you. If you just keep sharing like what your conversations look like, it doesn't have to be anything magical. Just show what you're doing. And if you make it your number one priority to have those conversations, like, for me, that was the magic. Like, every single day I had so many conversations. And if you're just sharing what those conversations look like I remember when I started and inviting was so hard, and I would get an objection and I wouldn't know what to say. And now it's just like a reflex. Like, it's natural. It's part of me. And if you just focus on what you're doing, but continuing to share that with your team, it builds so much. Like, you'll be amazed of the amount of I don't know. I've had a couple people reach out to me and be like, you said this a few months ago and it just stuck with me. It just clicked. And I was like, I had no idea that that would be meaningful. I just started grinding and just sharing what I was doing. And I just like, this goal would not have even been remotely possible without having a team. Like there is no way I could have hit this goal on my own. Like it's insane the amount of work that so many people took. I don't know. I talked with so many people on this journey who are going for premier, going for elite, and there are a lot of people who didn't hit it because one thing was off. Like a lot of things have to be in line, and I don't want that to scare you, but I want you to just know, like, when you go for a really big goal like that and you have a team with you cheering behind you and working with you, like, it means so much when you make it happen. Even I was thinking about it, if we wouldn't have hit it, because we were really close, if we wouldn't have hit it, like, it still would have felt way better going to the very end instead of looking back and thinking, what if we just would have pushed a little harder to see if we could have made it?
So awesome. The biggest thing that I heard you say was model. And that is probably my number one leadership tip is model. Just do what you're doing and show that. You guys, that might be a workout. That might not even be an invite yet. That might just be you modeling, hey, I show up and do my workout. You'll see me posting about my personal development. Like I model that stuff too. I model I just modeled to all of you what I read today. And so it's nothing profound, nothing crazy, but I'm modeling that I'm showing up working on my mindset, right? And so modeling, instead of this whole tagging and dragging and adding people to group method, doesn't work. We have our new coach collab, super excited about it. We shut down the other one. It kind of broke my heart because it was so amazing. It's our business builder page. And I was like, nope, fresh start. There's a ton of people who said they wanted to be in there, or there's a lot of people who were just randomly added to that group because coaches were hoping. I was probably one of those people hoping that, if I add my coaches to this group, they're for sure going to take off. It doesn't work like that. This is how this works. You show up. You request to join in that coach collab. You take action in that coach collab. Then you show and share with your team what you're doing. And that might be a screenshot of your tracker. That might be a screenshot of your emails you collected. That might be an example of what you did on your Instagram stories. That might be an example of a workout. That might be an example of ... That is how you show up for your team, is that you're showing up with the action you've already taken and you're just being transparent with it, and then you keep going. Because where Lauren and I messed up starting this, and I was modeling for you then, so that's probably why we had a little bit of a rough start, is that, I don't know if it was a rough start, slower start, how about that? Lauren's been with me since the beginning in this. I had no freaking clue what I was doing. Is we hit Emerald, and then we're trying to get those coaches to hit Emerald, and then we forget to go Emerald again, and so we were just waiting and hoping and wishing that these coaches would do something, and then we'd stop. And so what we've learned is like, nope, wash, rinse, repeat. New blood is everything. New coaches, this new energy, and I'm just going to keep on going and keep on showing. And that's how it works. Lauren, you're amazing. So proud of you. She gets to celebrate.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
When you say that, like, new blood, I have Siobhan's on here. She was a huge contributor for that. Shout out to you, Siobhan. I see you. But I just wanted to say I had 9 new coaches that helped towards this goal that started in 2018. One of them was from 2017. So, like, when you think about that, like, it took me 4 years to hit that goal, but they were all from fresh coaches. Now, not talking about my diamonds. I see Kristen and Kaylee and Lindsay. They were all huge contributors to that. But, like, I just want you to know that, like, if you decide to go for a big goal, you don't have to wait 4 years to go for it. You can decide right now, I'm going to build a team this year and I'm going to go for it.
Yeah. And it's so fun watching other people. It was so fun. Kinsey and I were texting or messaging back and forth about how she hit Success Club, and she was so proud. It was so fun. It was amazing. Thanks, Lauren. I'm so proud of you. She gets to celebrate in Chicago for hitting Premier. Trina treats Premier and Elite coaches to Chicago. So that's amazing. Kim Meyer, you're up, girl. 2-time Elite with Rise and Fit. So incredible. How does it feel?
Today, it feels amazing. Last night at 10:45, it felt amazing. Yesterday at 4:30 in the morning. Okay, so like this is a walk of my day yesterday, okay? So New Year's Eve, I wake up at 4:30, like, all right, go time, right? Okay, by like 9:30, I'm like sitting in my chair like this, crying, talking to Julianne. The numbers don't add up. It's not going to work. And then it was, okay, get your head out of your butt and like walk around the house, fresh space, fresh area, talk to my kids, come back to my space, and then just get working again. And then by like 1 o'clock, I got on a Zoom with some other leaders for fresh ideas, new spaces, new ideas, new plans. And then by 1:30, we had the plan. And by 2 o'clock, the plan was started. And by 10:30, the plan was put into place and completed. Like, it was just a matter of like needing a fresh perspective, needing to get my head out of the weeds and look up, and then like just go forward and do it. Like, I had to get clarity around specifically what I wanted and what I needed to do. I was going to spin my wheels if I just sat here and got all flustered. But like, when I got frustrated, I reached out for help. I didn't call Julianne, but I messaged. I got into a thread with other people that were pushing. I started looking for other ideas and I kept going. What I can tell you about going for it 2 years in a row is that it's never the same experience twice. Like, last year was all about this massive momentum coming out of Summit and everybody growing together and doing all these awesome things and, you know, hitting like qualifying for it in November and then having that like great release in December when it was official. This year it was fighting to the end, and it was continuous growth. It was, as I reflect on it, like a lot of it was my fault in the sense of like, I did exactly what I did at Diamond and what we always tell people not to do, like hit a goal and plateau. Like last January, I was like, we did it. And then it was like, it's not this coast, Diamonditis, exactly. You don't coast here. Like, then life started changing. Like, I left my job. Like, we had crazy things happen on our team. Like, but we didn't quit. And that's what I'm the most proud of, is that every single leader on my team and several of the other coaches on my team all had significant life-changing situations in their worlds, like good ones. We had 2 babies born in Rise and Fit this year, and we had some not so good things happen with like family and financial and stuff like that. It's happened this year. But like, what I'm absolutely most proud of over the 2 years, and specifically this year, is that they kept showing up and they believed in the community enough that's where they got their energy source from. And then they continued to keep going and growing. So that's definitely what I'm most proud of. And I'm also definitely proud of Kara and Fit and Fearless for hitting 2-star this year, and also being in 3-star qual starting on Thursday, Miss Stephanie. And I see her on here. And just the massive growth within our team. I was sharing with Kara earlier tonight, like I was looking in my back office, there were 25 coaches added to my downline in the last whatever. Like, that's insane, for one. Like, just the amount of people that have come in recently. But like, that's the fun thing is, that's not the first time I've seen those numbers. Like, it's just what it is right now. Like, it should be the people are the most busy, like their kids are off on break. There's just so much going on right now, but people stayed plugged in and they pushed till the end with us. And that's what makes it all feel good. And Lauren's completely right. This is 100% a team thing. And there's no way that you can get to this goal or any like rank kind of goal without people behind you or people beside you going along with it. Like, where duplication is so necessary. And like she said, like, you can hit huge numbers, but you'll see, and I always got intimidated by people on the Team Rockstar Fit board that had like 40s, 50s, 60s. And I'm like, how the heck are they doing that? But then at the same time, like I would never see those names on the elite premier board. It's because they're the only ones. They're not duplicating anything. And so when you can bring people with you and help duplicate and see success in other people, one, that's the best part of this, seeing success happen for others. And two, it's not lonely being at the top when you can bring the people with you. And it's just so much more fun. And there's criteria on those markers for a reason. So like this year, I'm going to be a little more organized this year. I have my tracker already printed out, and it's got all the criteria for each level on it. And I've already started to think about how we're going to reach it and what we're going to do and be organized and get there before the end of the year. I totally didn't do what I said thought I was going to do, but hey, it's off the cuff.
No, it's so good. I think the biggest thing that I took away was create multiple game plans. And another thing that I took away that Kim didn't necessarily say is it does start with the team, but I was thinking about that. Team Happy and Fit wouldn't be here if I didn't say yes to this. And so like Team Rise and Fit wouldn't be there if Kim didn't say yes to this, right? And so I think that can be intimidating when you're looking where it's like, well, I'm looking around and I have nobody, because actually when I first started, many of the coaches that I started with aren't here because people don't either get the vision or they're not willing to see it out. Because did you guys see that like Ring thing where you can make like the Ring app, you can make like all this money and by like referencing the Ring app? I was like, man, all people want to do is make money so fast. And the thing is like, that's not how Beachbody is. And if we have that mentality, you're not going to last. It's kind of even like weight loss, where it's also not going to magically happen. It's not like all of a sudden you're here for 5 years and you're making 6 figures. It doesn't work like that. It's really simplified, but the compound effect is insane. And that is something that I'm seeing right now. But over the last 4.5 years, I've just poured into being in the trenches, and you'll see me in the trenches always, and wash, rinse, repeat, doing the same thing. But a lot of that was by myself. A lot of that was showing up when no one else would. I would jump on calls and no one would be here. It was posting in a team page that was empty. It was in a message thread, and that was the whole tagging and dragging thing. So what I decided to do is, you know what, I'm just going to show up. I'm just going to share my best practices, and I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to stop for nothing. And I see potential in this because that Ring app and whatever all these other people are doing, those don't give you 300% raises. Like that doesn't do that. Like, it's like, if you can just think long-term in this, I always thought, stick this out. Trina's been in this for 10 years, 11 years. I'm not even at year 5 yet. Okay. Like, I can't wait to see what the next 5 years bring. It was never, oh, I can't wait to see what next month is. Nope. I'm going to see, like, I can't wait for year 10. Year 10 is going to be crazy. Like, that's just kind of what I've always said. It always moves up. Year 5 is going to be incredible. Now it's like year 10. Like, I'm in this for the long haul, and I'm in the trenches as well. So create a game plan, and a team is everything. But in order to have a team, it starts with you. So what does that mean? It means, well, I'm assuming if you're on this call, you're being serious about wanting this. Not only do you love the community, and you guys, we can build that up. Like, the community is everything. The tribe is everything, but you don't just have to be a cheerleader. You can be a cheerleader and also build a business that you're proud of, and not something, I don't know why most women, I just think I don't have this mindset, but like, where it's like, we can't have money. Or like, we can't do, I don't want to bother people. I don't want to do this. Y'all, I'm not trying to bother anybody if I know that I can help them change their life. Like, if someone is going to get annoyed by the way that I show up, and I have had people do that, that's on them, whatever. Like, whatever, okay, delete me. What are we going to talk? We're not the same. And so I don't feel like I'm a burden. I don't think what I'm doing is pushy, salesy, whatever, because I literally breathe it and live it. It is my life. It has done so much for me. And I believe that the way that I think now, or the way that I show up, or the way that I see what it's going to do for my family, I always tell my family that, oh my gosh, like, this is going to be big for us. I tell my mom that, like, everybody. And that's what I believe. And that's how I want to show up. And so it starts with you. And what does that mean? Well, if you're here and you're serious and not just wanting to be a cheerleader, not just a fly on the wall, that's why like a lot of people join groups and they're like, I just want to see how it is. Like, I want to see how these successful people do it and just kind of watch. No, that's not what I'm saying. Dive in, dig in, get a part of it, because there's room for you too. There's so much room for you. It just is a decision to do it. And so, okay, I'm not going to be a fly on the wall. I'm not just going to be a cheerleader. I realize that I'm worthy of success. And yes, money doesn't make me, rank doesn't make me. I get that. We don't even have to talk like that. The thing is that most people settle for mediocre. The thing is that most people settle for complacency, but it doesn't have to be like that. You can have more time with your family. You can do more things. You can live life to the fullest, right? And I really believe that this is what that does for you. So what do you need to do? This month, we're going to make Emerald sexy AF. Like, we are all going to go Emerald, and we're going to go Emerald again this month. Just, that's it. You're a new coach. You don't know what that is. Reach out to your sponsor, because it's happening. That is what we're going to do. It's a race to Emerald. You're going to send me a message once you're there. I'm freaking blowing it up. You want to know who's already halfway there? It's the freaking first right now. It's Kara Hintz and Liz Colbert. They're already halfway to Emerald, so they've already got us. And we're just going to make this ish happen, because that's where it starts, is going Emerald. Emerald is helping 2 coaches get started on their self-care journey. How are you going to do this? Well, it's simple. More than likely, people are not going to tune into a sneak peek, and then that's what blows their mind. I think that this compensation plan is unbeatable. Like, I really do believe that. And in fact, in most multi-level marketing companies, you can't even open up a franchise. We can open 25 of our own business centers alone. And if with our husband's account or spouse account, we can open up another 25, that's 50 business centers. That does not happen. If I wanted to open up a Subway, I'm not trying to open 25 Subways in the Bay Area. I'd be broke. I wouldn't even be able to do that. But with this opportunity, you can do that. No one's even done that yet in Beachbody history. Can't wait for whoever does, because I have like goals. Like, and you may not understand what that means, but let me just say, you can repeat yourself. So I have myself, I've repeated myself, and then Eric has his business center. We have 3 streams of income. Kim Meyer has 3 streams of income in this. Lauren has 3 streams of income in this. Lindsay has 3 streams of income in this. And what that means is that we have just gone Emerald over and over and over again. So we're going to simplify. January, Emerald Sexy AF tagline. I don't really know if that really fits our tribe, but whatever. That is what we're going to do. It's the race to it. I want to see if we can outdo ourselves. I'm going to go Emerald again, and that's going to be our goal. So how are you going to do this? I don't think a sneak peek is going to work. I don't think I'm not saying it's not going to work. Our Team Happy and Fit sneak peek is fine. I really believe this is what's going to work, is that you're inviting to a challenge group, and instead of just being an accountability, do you agree that all the lifestyle and real results happen on the team? That's what I believe. I believe that it's the whole package. That's how you present it. So you're inviting to a challenge group. Let's focus challenge group, Transform 20, whatever it is. It's on January 14th. We already have a sneak peek for Transform 20 on there. I was talking about coaching sneak peek. Let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the Transform 20 sneak peek. You get people in there, or you have an email, and it's like, hey, you can do this for the accountability, and then that's it. Or what you can do is you can seriously do the ultimate accountability, which is with my tribe, which is where the lifestyle happens. It's free to do it your first month. And this is where I've stuck to it. You all are here. I see you show up. There's nothing to be embarrassed about that. There's nothing weird or awkward. If you make it weird, it's weird, right? But I think me telling someone about this tribe is a gift. And so if I want you a part of this, it's a big deal, because I know what this is going to do for you. It's the ultimate accountability. It's where the total solution, the biggest package, where not only do you work on your mindset, you work on your fitness, right? You can also work on every other area of your life. My personal mission is to help women get fit in every area of life. I believe Happy and Fit is the way to do that. I believe that where a community lies, that it presents opportunities that's unbelievable. It connects people to others. Brittany Burmeister sent me a message the other day about the team, and it blew me away, because she just said, Jules, this team. And I said, this app, you told me no for 2 years on this, even ghosted me a couple times. This is what I meant and saw for you. Like like you having this impact, you feeling moved in the way that you're feeling moved, that's exactly why I wanted you a part of this. There's no personal gain. There's no this or that. It's not like, no one is doing you a favor by joining this team. None of you who are my personally sponsored coaches did me a favor, because first and foremost, I stop at no one. This isn't dependent upon whether someone joins me or not. That's not how I view this. It's not like, oh, thanks, like, not like you helped my business. Someone said that to me. They said, well, I can't separate like this other thing that I do, and I'm asking for too many favors. I was like, you're not asking for any favors with this. This is something that you do regardless if people join you. But the coolest part is when they do, their life transforms. You're not a burden by doing that. So you're going to do, if it's Transform 20 or whatever it is, it's, hey, you can do this, or you can do this for the ultimate accountability with additional savings. It's almost like an Amazon Prime account, but legitimately the community is the reason I don't quit. Which one sounds better? Which one's more legit? I'm not trying to go to Lake Tahoe with all my challengers. I'm trying to go to Lake Tahoe with all of you guys. I'm not going to Chicago with my challengers. I'm going to Chicago with you. I'm not going to Indianapolis staying in an Airbnb with like people that are half in and half out. I'm going to Indianapolis with people who are all the way in because they see so much potential. And so that's how we do that. It's accountability, or the ultimate accountability with additional savings. I really do believe that going that route is going to help you with that goal of Emerald. Instead of trying to separate them of, oh, I need to do a coach invite and do this. I think that sounds intimidating. I think a coach invite, being a coach, either coach to self or coach to others, either way, you get to be part of our community. You don't have to coach other people, but you being a part of this community, you're going to learn how to coach yourself, because I don't hold hands. But the coolest part about this is that you're going to see how you have the power, that you don't need me texting you 24/7 to show up. You're going to actually realize that you can show up on your own, and that's power, right? Doesn't that sound so much cooler? I think so, and I think it's super legit. So that's our goal. Who's in to go Emerald in January? And the reason we're going to go Emerald is because our new leadership way of Beachbody this year, I'm going to show this real fast, is we have this. This is the road to elite. This does not mean you have to go to elite, but I do think everyone's goal on this team should be a minimum of becoming a team builder. And so where that starts is Diamond, 25 leadership points. We're not even going to get into that yet. You'll see me talk about it throughout the year. 1 new Emerald and 1,000 TV. You might be like, I don't know what any of that is, but Julianne, I can go Emerald. In order to help someone else go Emerald, what do we need to do first? The biggest thing you're going to hear me talk about over and over this year is model, model, model. Whatever you want duplicated in your business, you need to model it first. Whatever you see in your vision, you model it first. I would have never gone elite if Sarah Morrison had never gone elite. I don't know if Kim would have ever gone. I mean, you might have gone elite, but I think a big part of you wanting to go elite is because I went elite, right? Like, I just think that it's this thing of like, we have to model and show what's possible. So that is why we go Emerald. So that is going to be our goal. I
would say the same thing. Like, people join you. It's the same duplication. Like, people join you because they know you, they trust you, they see you working out every day, they see you eating better, they believe it's possible for them as joining as a customer. The same thing applies to your coaches. They will go for it because you're going for it.
Yes. And so how do you go Emerald? I think also the quickest way is obviously, like, you need to talk about Transform 20, talk about why you want to do it. Don't market Beachbody. Just talk about your story. Like, get really good about talking about, you know, I hate working out. If you hate working out, talk about that. I used to when I first started this, and now I love it, but I hated it. I never completed the 21-day fix, and that's the first program I bought. We didn't have BOD, so all I had was those DVDs. Well, I had to learn to like it, right? But if you struggle with that and you're like 20 minutes, like, I hate working out so much that like 20 minutes is awesome. Maybe that's your story. Be real about it. People join relatable people. You will find people who don't like working out right away, but we're going to show them how they can start to like it, right? Maybe you're super busy. Maybe you've been inconsistent in 2018. Maybe you need a fresh start. Maybe you're crushing it and you're like, you know what, like this is a challenge that I need. I don't know, but share your story and don't just share a Transform 20 video. Like share you in this. And then just be like, and I really want to help other women or men, whatever, in 2019 do this with me. But the easiest way I think to go Emerald is spouse. That is what I did was Eric he doesn't have to coach, but just to get that placement. And then I met a girl on Instagram and then my mom. And so that I think when there's a will away, Emerald is a decision. If you're newly going Emerald, if you've already been Emerald before, it's different. But I just want to see on Happy and Fit all these Emerald things. So something that we're doing this year, every month, I'm so excited. My brother, TJ Kulig, is on here and known him my whole life. He lives in Florida. He lives on the other end of the country. And my mom is with him because she loves him more. And so I think when my mom retires and my family will choose the East Coast over West Coast, we're all on the same page. We know that it's the truth. And we've been working together for the last few months specifically with this business. And my brother, so how do I explain this? He's very artistic. He's the opposite of me. He's just so smart with writing and so smart with just his knowledge and all these things. We always say like I have the street smarts, and he just is a brilliant human being. And he's so good at marketing. He's worked for the John Maxwell company, just these things. He knows advertising. He knows so much. And so over the last few months, he's gone into all these analytics where I can see where everyone is watching my things. I know that California is a huge in the Bay Area, and it's not just because I live there, but it's specific to my Instagram, my email, my YouTube, all these things. And he's taught me so much. And so every month, the third Monday of the month, T, I'll have you talk about it a little bit more, is he is actually going to teach us. He's going to be teaching us what he's been teaching me. And I mean, literally one day I opened up my email and I had 12 forms filled out in less than 24 hours. Like, he is seriously so brilliant. And the really cool thing about that is that we're going to go more in depth of that if you're craving more depth. So he, with the team, is going to do a mini training and things like that for us. And then if you're just even seeking more of that, depending on where you are in your business, he's willing to give more of his time in that way. So T, go ahead and take it away. Is mom there?
I'm unmuted, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Julianne, and thank you everybody for letting me join. It is a pleasure to meet all of you virtually. So hello, this is my first time to this group. I've been working in advertising and marketing for over 20 years. Julianne mentioned I worked with John Maxwell team, clients like Caterpillar and so on and so on. So I'm very familiar what it is with branding, and so, and kind of helping you build your business. What I'm going to do is, I think it's the third Tuesday. You do this every Tuesday. Yes. The third Tuesday of every month, I'm going to pick a topic where I'm going to kind of dive into it and give you guys tips, maybe answer some questions, but allow you guys to ask your questions. So what we did was on Julianne's website, it's juliannecondia.com/marketing. We put together all the courses throughout the year. So that way you can kind of pick and choose and see which one you would like to attend, or maybe if you want to skip one, or, those kind of type things. I don't encourage skipping. I'm just letting you know that they're not mandatory. They're all free to attend. The first 30 minutes would be me giving points, tips, just maybe things that I know about the industry and things like that. And the second 30 minutes is all about you guys. It's your chance to ask questions. It's your chance to, maybe you're curious about the technical side of things or how to build it, and so on. So really it goes around 4 different topics. Website, so either starting your own website or building your own website. Email, getting subscribers using email, social media, connecting that, with everything else. And then the last is the analytics and how they all kind of come together. So Throughout the year, it'll progress to a little bit more technical. It'll start with introductions, get into how to sell online, and kind of bring this all together. So I'm really excited to spend an hour a month with you guys, and look forward to you guys bringing questions and doing what I can to help the team, because I think Kim said it, and Kim, hi, nice to meet you. I think she said it, that when you guys work together is truly how you make this possible. So, asking your questions and hearing other people ask those questions and working together and figuring out how these best practices work. There's a lot of tips and tricks that we'll all learn from one another. So, again, I'm really excited to be a part of this, and I'm really excited to, get to know you guys a little bit better. So, thank you.
See, not to put you on blast, but this is kind of fun because what did you think of, this is just a side note, of Beachbody when I first started this?
Very apprehensive. Like,
yes, you guys, it's not that your family's gonna be all like, he literally was like, I had to unfollow you.
I didn't unfollow you, I just hid you. So just kind of tucked you in a corner.
Yeah, no, like he actually told me that. But I think what's been so fun is people need to see that you're gonna stick it out. And when you do, they get a feel for what it is. And he loves Energize. Like, it's just like so fun to just see this journey. But he was not supportive in that way, but just more of like, whatever, she's just doing this thing. And I wanted to not just have this as a thing, but just be so much more than that. And I think a lot of people, and mainly family, really, they think it's just a phase, or, you're just kind of going through this thing. But when you just really show people that you're serious about it, I think it's about jumping on these calls, and you're in a business meeting, and you're not making excuses for live events, or because more than likely, most of you are females, your husband's not telling you like, well, can I go on this business trip? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just go because that's what their work does. That's what we need to do and take it seriously. So having my brother a part of this, and he's helped me so much, and is such a treat, and it's so full circle for me. And I'm really excited to have you a part of Happy and Fit, and you teaching us so much. So we can't wait. So that's going to be next Tuesday. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, still using that. No, it's the third Tuesday of every month.
Okay. Did I say it?
Yeah. The calendar is online, so juliannecondia.com/market. You'll be able to see all the courses. I don't have them all the way filled out yet because I'm still working on getting feedback from you guys of what you would like to discuss. But you can see the topics, you can see what ideas. You're able to add them to your calendar, so that way if there's one that you really don't want to miss, whether it's email or social media, any of those, you're able to add it right there to your calendar and get reminders that we're doing this every Tuesday. I forgot what else I was going to say, but it's really exciting.
You rock. And so he made this fancy schmancy marketing like calendar thing. So when you subscribe to it, you're going to get notifications in your email and on your phone of, hey, you're attending this class, which is just a Zoom like this. And so that's how fancy he is. Thank you, T. So excited. I see that the chat is blowing up about how excited everybody is. That is so awesome. Lastly, two things. We had, I know 4 of my personally sponsored coaches earned the $200 travel cash for Summit. Morgan Schaefer, Morgan Brill, Callista, and Nikki Touch, which is so awesome. And because they hit Success Club for 3 months in a row, they legitimately are just getting this free travel cash, which is so cool. Did anyone else earn that? I think it was Diamond, Emerald, Coach, Success Club for 3 months in a row. I just don't want to miss anyone if you've hit that. Very awesome. And then lastly is Stephanie is becoming our new Diamond coach on Happy and Fit on Thursday, and she's a powerhouse. And I said, okay, when you hit Diamond, go Diamond again. She's like, girl, I'm already on it. And I feel like she already like helped like 3 other people get started. And I'm like, okay, she's good. Like, she doesn't even know. Stephanie, I'm totally catching you off guard, but could you share your wisdom? Like, why Diamond? Why was that a goal for you? What have you done to help people get started on your team? Meaning, like, actually, I think coaches do more of challengers and not inviting to the team aspect. So how did you do that? Like, what clicked for you to do that?
Okay, so yeah, you caught me a little bit off guard, but that's okay. So I feel like one of my biggest strengths was showing up consistently. I hit a year of coaching in October, and so I feel like I had several people that were kind of watching from the sidelines and consistently like interacting with me, and I think they just wanted to see how it would unravel and how it would go. And then once they kind of saw the potential and saw like the success that I was seeing, then they're like, okay, I can see myself doing this. Um, and then like a lot of the people that have just recently joined with me, some are joining for the discount, some are joining for to run with me. And I mean, they're asking like, how do I do this, or what do I do first? And I want to meet with you in person. And so like, I'm almost like, oh my gosh, like I hope I can keep up with all of this. But I mean, I know I'll be able to. But it's just really starting to take off. And I think we had our own little live event with Team Fit and Fearless, and like our main topic was all roads lead to coaching. And so I made a PDF for Transform 20 for our team to use and shared it with Kim also. And it explained all of the options on there with the different challenge packs and whatnot. And then at the end, it also said there's 2 ways to join. You can either join as a challenger and you get your year of bod, you get to be in a challenge group, or you can join as a part of the team. And it said you get your bod for a year, you get to all the same things that were on the challenger side, but then it said also like you get discount, you get like cheaper shipping, you get a chance to go to live events, part of the team. I mean, there was just like different options, so we had both options on there so that when we sent the information to them, they already have that in front of their face. Like you can either join as a challenger or you can join as part of the team. And like I'm actually really surprised how many people want to be a part of the team. They want to join the team, they want the community. I don't know, I just feel like they feel special when you invite them to something that is so meaningful to you. So that's the only way I invite now. When people say that they're interested and they want more information, I just straight up front, I say, I put this out there for everybody. You can either join this way or this way. It's personal preference. And like if someone says, oh, I just want to join as a challenger, I don't push them. But then I have like awesome people like Nikki, who joined as a challenger with just 3-month bod like a couple of months ago, and now she is going all in and coaching, and she's asking all these different questions. So it's like, even though someone wants to join with you for just 3-month bod, like you might think that that's like a fail or a disappointment, but it's really not. Like it can turn into, you know, I mean, what she's doing right now, joining as part of the team. So I just feel like it's breathing that belief into other people, staying like as consistently or as consistent as possible as you can, showing up every day, and I show my ups and downs also. It's not all rainbows and unicorns and all that stuff, but so I don't think I do anything special or do anything differently. I just look up to what other people are doing, and then I try to duplicate but make it my own. Also, I have to put my own like personal twist on it, otherwise people won't, they know it's not coming from me, you know what I mean? If it's not my words, my verbiage, my language. So the people that know me personally are the ones that are joining me, but I have also built those relationships and that trust, and I've shown that it's possible, type of thing, I guess.
That's awesome. You're just really good at modeling, and you're good at inviting and talking about challenge groups. And when she's presenting how to get started, she's all roads lead to coaching. Like that's where you're at. That's what you love. And coaching isn't, needing to know how to teach all these fitness routines and create all these meal plans. That's not what coaching is. And I think people think that. And so when we talk about it, where it's like, no, it's a community, it's a team, it's this atmosphere of thriving positivity, like all these kinds of things, that becomes, oh, got it, because people have this idea. And then you said, and the inviting thing, people like being invited to things. They love that. When Beachbody invites me to a Success Club trip, I'm in. When they invite me to an Indianapolis, I'm in, right? When a friend invites me to a Catan night, I'm in. You know, we have a family reunion every year. We get invited to that, I'm in. So people like invitations. And I loved when you said people like being invited to things you're behind, that you love, that you support, that are a big part of your life. You're like letting them into something that's sacred, something that you love. That is amazing. Congratulations. Diamond is such a good, awesome, amazing goal that is achievable for everybody. There's no limit to success, and I cannot wait to celebrate you on Thursday. All right, y'all, I'm going to hit end record.